Welcome to The Source. Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, all hands on deck as the national government shifts its focus on the new virus hotspot, Cebu City. The government also vows to implement drastic measures to prevent the virus spread. Local authorities in Cebu City remind the public to stay calm and strictly obey ECQ guidelines following the cancellation of 250,000 quarantine passes in the city. Cebu City Vice Mayor Mike Rama joins us live. And later, the Supreme Court junks the petition of Solicitor General Jose Calida to revoke ABS-CBN's franchise. But how will this impact the ongoing hearing at the House of Representatives? Agusan del Norte 1st District Representative Lawrence Fortun joins us live. The national government is now assessing the COVID-19 situation in Cebu City, spearheaded by Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu. The Cebu City government has canceled all 250,000 quarantine passes issued in the area. Only essential workers are allowed to go out of their barangays. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Cebu City Vice Mayor Mike Rama. Vice Mayor Rama, welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Pinky. Good morning of all those now listening to your program.
Thank you for your time. Vice Mayor, Cebu City is now on lockdown. Cebu City is now on lockdown, according to Secretary Anyo. Can you confirm this, sir?
That is something that we still have to discuss among us, because it really surprised and shocked the whole constituency. Because when you talk about lockdown, the one who declared an executive order was our mayor. I have not seen a copy that the mayor also declared, having declared the whole Cebu City a lockdown. Hello, Pinky.
So what is the situation right now? Vice Mayor, we just have a little bit of a delay. So kung hindi po kayo lockdown ngayon, according to Secretary Anyo, and what is the situation there now?
Because it has been our impression that we are on, we call it yung enhanced community quarantine. And then, of course, I had a couple of hours talk with Secretary Cimatu last night, and even I've been with him this morning on a walk and a visit on the NOAA complex, one of the facilities that we have in the city of Cebu that will address COVID. And that really had surprised all of us, because we could have wished that prior notice would have been provided if indeed the direction is parang total lockdown. Kasi if you talk about total lockdown, Pinky, it's not as easy as that. That means everybody will have to be on a stall. Everybody will have to be on a hold. And of course, there are only so-called exception to the exception. And we are not prepared for that, actually. If you talk about total lockdown.
So this is a little confusing, Vice Mayor, because Secretary Anyo, during an interview on DZMM, said you're on lockdown. You're saying that you're not aware of this. In fact, you said that you were just with Secretary Cimatu earlier.
Last night.
Wala hong sinabi sa inyo si Secretary Cimatu about
Wala
that?
naman sinasabi. Yung kasi there was somebody who texted me, and then I said, and brought that matter to Secretary Cimatu. And then I had already bombarded with so many messages, because, I'm the chairman of the Committee on Health, and then the task force coronavirus, and the vice mayor of the Sangguniang Panglungsod, who had been supportive, very much supportive in billions to our mayor, Edgar Colina Labella. And precisely this matter really got us into certain shock.
Is there any way, sir, or any move to try to contact Secretary Anyo so you are all clear on the situation there?
I believe there might be a meeting which I was also being invited by Secretary Mato this afternoon. And maybe all of this will be properly ventilated in K. Because what we need in the city of Cebu are really an orchestrator that will not sow confusion, but an orchestrator that we all will have to comply because of the soundness, the reasonableness, and the fairness in considering all facets, because we're dealing of business sector, we're dealing on the field of the medical services, and also the unimaginable 80% so-called who are into the level ng mga mahihirap. Sa amo pa na diri sa Cebu, mga kabus. And this matter needing proper communication, information, and education. We will all be willing to really support, but let's not be treated with shock. Let's not be treated with haste, because we are all honorable men here in the city of Cebu.
So, in essence, Vice Mayor, who would this person be? Would it be Secretary Simatu, this point person that will be coordinating everything, the situation there with the local authorities and also with national government?
Be that as it may, that's why it has already been directed by the President. And I was listening during that press con of the President. And I really felt bad when he labeled that we are hard-headed. Tapos meron sinasabi ng Presidente about crisis. You know, I've been mayor. Tomas Osmeña been mayor. And we've never been too lazy when it comes to crisis, when it comes to disaster. We are very much focused. We are quick in helping Ormoc. We are quick in helping Tacloban. We are quick in helping our neighbor municipalities. As Cebu City, we are very quick, a highly urbanized city. That's why it just shocked us that all of this has to occur. Itong sinasabing truth hurts, but figures will never lie. Only liars cannot figure. So the need really is an orchestrator. Now, Secretary Kamato is here. Maybe, as I was telling him last night, steer us, move us, so that we will become one. Because as early as February 22, when I delivered a privilege speech, Pinky, I was already coming out with unanimity, no objection in mass motion, that Governor Gwen Garcia will take the lead on coronavirus in convening the special task force in a metropolitan, in a provincial scenery. When I say metropolitan, there are 13 so-called members of the new metropolitan Cebu, and expanding it to a congressional, as there are already 52 so-called members of the provincial government, bringing all of us as one.
All right.
I do not find any reason we cannot fight COVID. We were only 22 in Cebu City in April 5. 22 lang yan. It only broke, and that broke the camel's back was Barrio Luz. You've heard of Barrio Luz, Barangay Luz. Have you heard of Barangay Luz? It all started there.
All right. Yes, Vice Mayor. Okay. All right, we just need to take a very quick break. Vice Mayor, we'll be right back.
No problem.
You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, Cebu City Vice Mayor Mike Rama. Vice Mayor, may I also clarify, the report is that 250,000 quarantine passes have actually been suspended. Is this true?
That is what I received in my message in my cell phone. That's why I could have clarified. The mayor called me this morning on a certain matter, but I was too in a hurry because there was another network who wants to interview me. But I'm telling you, really, Pinky, it really shocked all of us that a DILG canceling when the one executing the executive order is Mayor Edgar Colina Labella. So the one issuing the executive order should be the
Mm,
one canceling. I mean, I'm a lawyer and the mayor is also a lawyer. But anyhow, maybe this matter can be traced out for purposes of clarity and
okay.
everybody being informed properly.
So, to be clear, the mayor and the vice mayor did not know that, had no idea that the 250,000 quarantine passes were actually suspended. Hindi po nanggaling sa inyo yon. Hindi po nanggaling kay Mayor Labella yon.
I have no idea with the mayor because I've never been a part of the IETF talk at SEDA. I do not know what was their modus vivendi. But when I was talking to Secretary Simato last night, we were just discussing even suggestions. And I was telling him the ground has to be felt, the ground has to be fathomed. Because sometimes when we operate on the surface, we will never be able to feel the ground, then that's not going to be very effective. It has
Mm-mm.
to be bottoms up approach, and all should be involved. And
Right.
we never
And
discussed
that's
about.
why Secretary Simatu wanted to go around the barangays. Isn't that true, Vice Mayor?
He wanted to. I even was with him to identify, the very famous Mambaling, because I do not know whether you know the
Opo.
figure right now that as of yesterday, newly
600.
confirmed is 30. Total confirmed is 4,479. New recovered is 31. Total recovered is 2,177. New death is 77. Seven lang. Total death is 89. As I was sharing with you,
Mm.
Pinky, as of April 5, Cebu City has only 22. And then the famous Benignit, then the stroke that broke the camel back was Barriolus. And that's the entry of the famous
Yeah.
barangay isolated centers, which we in the city of Cebu, especially the council, never imagined that we will end up having an isolation centers in the barangay. You have to remember when you isolate, it is supposed to be anyone contracted with COVID. Am I correct? Be it asymptomatic or symptomatic. And for that, a picture appearing in that direction, it does not augur. It will never augur well. A school becoming a hospital. It's only during World War, I remember that school has become a hospital. But we are a highly urbanized city. That's why we are
Okay.
happy now with the help of UPAB, Michael Dino, that we already have some facilities. But it was not as quick
All right.
as it was supposed to be needed.
Okay. So, moving forward, Vice Mayor, what will happen this afternoon? You already said that there will be a meeting again with Secretary Simatu, but all this need to be ironed out. So, what's on the agenda this afternoon?
I'm just an attendee. He invited me. Then another one also from the chamber. and then a doctor, then we will be there. And I was even suggesting to him, Secretary, bring all the vice mayors, if possible, especially on the cities, and including the vice governor, because we, in the legislative body, very much play a very important role. In the city of Cebu alone, the council equipped the mayor almost 3 billion for COVID. 3 billion in the city council. And precisely, we are not forcing our way to be apart, but in the council, there are 19 elected councilors, and they are all with bailiwicks. They know the bottom, they know the grassroots. In the same manner, I was telling Secretary Roy Simato, that please bring the ABC. Bring the ABC, because the ABC is an association of barangay council. They should be equipped with the power where they can be like little mayors and little councilors. Because Pinky, they know better to run the barangays.
We'll try. Yes. Yeah. In fact, I do remember Secretary Simato saying he also wants to speak to the barangay captain. So we'll continue to monitor the situation there and likewise updates as well. Vice Mayor Mike Rama, sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Thank you.
Daghang kaayong salamat, Pinky. Regards to your dad.
Dagang salamat. The Supreme Court junks the petition seeking to revoke the ABS-CBN franchise. What does it mean for the ongoing House hearings on the network's franchise? Congressman Lawrence Fortun joins us live. After the break, please stay tuned.